become real. And the more real it becomes, the more desperate they want it. Capitalism at its finest. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Greed is right. Greed works. Bud Fox, I look at 100 deals a day. I choose one. Relax now.
First lesson in business, don't get emotional about stock. How's the judgment?
It's all about bucks, kid.
Money never sleeps, pal. Just made 800,000 Hong Kong gold.
Hang on, baby Jesus, this is gonna get bumpy.
Good evening, stock traders, and welcome to Stock Traders Talk Radio here on a beautiful Tuesday night, January the 24th, 2012. I'm your host, STT. Joining me on tonight's program, I have feedback. Oh, wait, I mean Nickel.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
There he is. No feedback. Look at him. Professional now. Welcome to the show, Nickel.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Sounding good, sir. Good to have you. Also, joining us on the program tonight, bed back and all, Sifakia.
Aloha. What's up, STT crew?
What's going on there, Siffy?
Just hanging in there, but I got to say, guys, when I miss the show and then I can come home and listen to you guys, it's amazing. I love it. I actually like you.
You like it? So are you trying to say when
like
you're on the radio?
Every single one of you guys.
When you're on the radio with us, you don't like us? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just kidding. No, it's awesome. You guys rock it.
All right. Good to have you back. Good to have you back on the show. Now, next, needing no more introductions, Mr. Haas.
I was just about to start talking with the mute on. I'd have been talking to myself for a good 5 minutes before you guys finally heard me, Mike.
There you go. Mute, unmute. Mute.
How you doing tonight?
I am doing fantastic, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing real good.
That's good to hear. Now, last but not least, and I know what everybody was thinking when I said he needs no introduction. I know what everybody was thinking. But last but never least, Mr. Kopp is joining us on the radio program.
What's going on, gentlemen? How are you?
I am fantastic, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Great
good.
day. The weather was beautiful today, and it's good to be standing. It's good stuff.
Good to hear. Yeah, the weather's been. Geez, it was like 87 here today.
You serious?
Oh yeah.
It's been slushy, freezing temperatures up there.
I wore shorts to work.
Oh, geez.
Because I'm allowed. So I wore my shorts today. Because that's how hot it was. The pool's looking awfully inviting lately, let me tell you. All right. Now, let's take a look back at Stock Traders Talk Radio and last night's fantabulous stock spotlight. Does everybody remember what it was?
House,
as you like to call it. PAOS. That is 110% correct. Yesterday's radio show, we took a look at it in depth. And it was trading. It closed yesterday at 10 cents. And after our spotlight, we do our buy, sell, hold session. Well, every one of us on the show last night, which would be Kopp, myself, Haas, and Nickel, said it was a buy. We had one person chime in with a sell order. One person. I will leave him nameless for now.
I wonder who that was.
Yeah, well, you could look at the chart on the iBox.
Mm-hmm.
How did House, as Haas likes to call it, PAOS, how did it do today? Well, I'm here to tell you that it was up today to 10 10.9 cents. Does that make sense? Yeah. 10.9 cents. Up about 10% for the day.
What was the volume on it?
It wasn't too rich a volume. It's
But it was 5. It was like 5% of the float.
Yeah,
it's pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, I mean it's a thin play. But anyway, which would make it a buy, according to our records. So that means that 4 of us were correct and 1 of us got it wrong, falling further behind in the standings. It's unfortunate, but it's a long year. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. So, that was a good pick, good play. Lots going on there. PAOS. Now, tonight, on Stock Traders Talk Radio, let me introduce the segment first, okay?
The Stock Spotlight.
There we go. The Stock Spotlight for tonight is none other than Attitude Drinks ATTD. To start us off on the Spotlight, I'm going to throw it over to none other than Mr. Kopp.
Well, thanks. Considering you recently gave me this play, which is very interesting. For those listening, they're telling me I'm spending too much time on DD, so they want me to do it on the fly. I'm not exactly sure how good that's actually going to be. So work with me. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I do my DD. Is I guess the secret that I'm supposed to be giving? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
I asked you if you wouldn't mind giving us a little help on, where you find some of this information you've been coming up with lately is beyond my realm. So I asked you if you would, like to tell us, but you said,
all right, no, it's easy.
So you changed your mind then?
Well, I think the time that you gave me forces me to change my mind. All right, so here's the bottom line. So we got the stock ticker ATTD, right? Attitude Drinks Inc. And first thing you're going to do is you're going to go look at the chart. You're going to see exactly what happened, why somebody would tell you to look at this stock or why you think you need to look at the stock. Immediately you look at the stock and you say, holy crap, what happened at 1430? Well, at 1430, stock screams up, gets a pullback, starts going up in an upward channel, and it trades 48,985,312. And you're like, all right, that's great. That's good volume. I'm loving that. And then you look at the little thing that says green or red, and it basically tells you it went up 125%. And you're asking yourself, holy crap, I missed the run. I probably missed this, and it's already up 125%. It's going to fall back. Where's my entry? And all those other type of things you're looking at. But now you're asking yourself why. So the first reason why, and based off of this, is not in any order on a normal DD, but we're going to do this because of the scream up. And they came out with a press release today. The press release basically talks about Attitude Drinks announces authorization in Walgreens stores within the state of Florida. Okay, so if you don't know anything about the state of Florida and Walgreens, well, it tells you. There's 800 of them. That's a lot. So Innovation Brand Beverage Development Company and creator of the Phase 3 Recovery brand today announced a sales agreement with Walgreens of Deerfield, Illinois. The brand will be distributed to Walgreens stores throughout the majority of the state. This represents, as stated before, over 800 stores within the chain. A Walgreens company built around the concept of one-stop shopping has now increased their focus into the health and wellness arena. Mark that. They are striving to become the first choice for health and daily living and promoting what they refer to as a well experience. CEO's Roy Warren of Attitude Drinks commented, the introduction of Phase 3 into the authorization Walgreens locations throughout the state of Florida is a great indicator of brand growth, absolutely, and reception within the beverage community. The selling of Phase 3 into the Walgreens stores, the chain recognized as one of the strongest drug and convenience stores in the country, is exciting and flattering. We intend to support this fantastic new relationship and raising the sales to their fullest potential. We are excited about the authorization of Phase 3 recovery in the Florida division of Walgreens It is clear that Florida consumers are looking to purchase Phase 3, and now that it is available in Walgreens stores, solved, commented Jack Shea, Executive Vice President of Sales for Attitude. All right, so that tells you it all, right? 800 stores, Walgreens, we're talking revenue stream. Huge, right? Would everyone agree with that? Help me here.
Yes.
All right, so now we're going to jump to, all right, that's great stuff. Every OTC company puts out great news. They all, and then you get the groups running to it, and you go from there. Now, I am a huge fan of iHub, as all of you guys know. If you're a new listener, it's investorshub.com. You can get a lot of information, but we're not going to go there yet. We're going to find out about this company a little bit, and we're going to go to otcmarkets.com. First step, all right. Well, second step for this one, but you're where I'm at here. So you type in the ticker ATTD. Right? Then I want you to go right to company information. You go to company information. It gives you, and I want you to look for one key thing, and that is where it says financial reporting disclosure, audited financials. You're looking for the word that says audited. Oh, well, that's good. That's a huge plus. Then you look through the other stuff. It's an OTC QB, which is huge, big plus, and it gives you a little bit of information. Now go over to the right. Check out the share structure. What are you worried about? You're worried about outstanding shares. 178,261,225 as of November 16th, 2011. Pretty good. Shareholders record, 2,311. So you get the deal what's actually happening there, right? Now, for those of you that are kind of new to the OTCmarkets.com, you got the quote, you get the chart, you get the company information, has a list of the news, the financials, which, I always go into that, and then, the short sales, insider disclosure, and research reports. All right, so let's move on to the next step. So what did I tell you? I told you I like Investors Hub, right? All right, so we're going to go to Investors Hub. Let's see what they're saying. All right, so you go to the board. I don't want you to read the board. That's not the idea. Reading the boards and all the posts, you don't ever know what somebody's intent are, or where they're actually coming from and what background they have or why they're posting. And the bottom line is every single person posting on a message board wants to make money, plain and simple. It's all about the money. So what do? Okay, you find the longs that are actually been into play. Why? Because the longs that have been into play will update the iBox to be something impressive. And, those of you that have been out there trading for a while, you got Rustler, Common Sense, a whole bunch of heavy hitters that are actually Boiler Room and Lowman are a couple key heavy hitters that are actually out there in the OTC market. And when they go to a stock, I highly recommend you perk up and go, okay, what do they like about this stock? And then you read what they have to say, and you go from there. So I'm going to run to the next step. We're going to go to the iBox. All right, you open the iBox, gives you all kinds of stuff. Now, one thing about this iBox, this one looks pretty damn good.
It's nice and shiny, lots of colors.
This is loaded pretty well here, right here.
It actually provides some information that's not in any of the filings too, as far as like current revenues and stuff. Yeah, this is really good. All right, so basically what you're looking for in the iBox is a couple key things. Normally, you always see the website of the company. You'll see the transfer agent, those type of things, some background on the company, and what does Attitude Drinks do? Commercial, please. That's for you.
When you feel that vibe and you see everybody look around and you know what time it is and you know what they're about, but you think about your swimming, how well you swim, and then there can only be one champion.
You get a little warm up in, and then the coach calls it out, and boom, it's on, and it's intense, and it's precise, and it's challenging, and it's breathing and timing and rhythmic.
Made with real milk, this is the real deal. I'm the GO Phase 3, it's the perfect meal. Decrease muscle breakdown, maximum hydration. You need this to prep for your athletic mission. Recovery is the secret of the pros. Your body breaks down with every pedal and stroke. Continue on the journey, onward, upward, alone. Recovery decides whether you win or get smoked. We know lifestyle you chose up at 4 a.m. Racing for a win in some faraway land. reach for the finish line. You know you can't quit. Rebuild and rehydrate with this protein that's liquid. Made free real milk, this is the real deal. On the go, phase 3 is the perfect meal. Decrease muscle breakdown, maximum hydration. You need this to prep for your athletic mission. Made with real milk, this is the real deal. On the go, phase 3 is the perfect meal. Decrease muscle breakdown, maximum hydration. You need this to prep for your athletic mission. Phase 3 protein, phase 3 protein. About to conquer all my dreams with this liquid protein. Phase 3 protein, phase 3. About to conquer all my dreams with this liquid protein. Phase 3.
Phase 3 is the first 100% real milk recovery drink. It hydrates. It has twice the electrolytes of Gatorade. It's phase 3 for the whole family.
Phase 3.
Nice. That's a pretty good commercial. We should get something just like that. Yeah, that's good stuff. So phase 3. So basically, what OTC QB company, and I'm in the iBox of iHub. So just kind of like a disclaimer. Basically, fully reporting revenue positive, growth stock with a solid, rapidly increasing momentum. Right. So we got a sub penny stock that's actually putting product into the market and on the shelves of stores. Key thing is ATD is challenging muscle milk and others like it in their own game, basically the edge. Phase 3 is actually a milk-based product where muscle milk has no milk. So, ATD already has distribution channels to major retail venues all across New England, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and what did they announce today? Florida. That is called growth. It's a sub-penny stock with growth. Unbelievable. So and it's not shares being sold. What do you think about that as the product? That's pretty amazing. So clearly they have the entire nation in the sights. The key thing that's I want you to focus on is they're developing, marketing, distributing, and selling their product at a ridiculous rate. So you're actually seeing what's actually going on there, which is huge. So let me go through a couple key points of the iBox. I think we got it down as a premium performance and dairy beverage innovator, pretty much on the move. It accomplished a 2,856% increase in revenues, second quarter over the prior year, and a 2,498% revenue increase from the third quarter this year over last. It is growing. Hence, this is getting on radars in a big way.
Keep in mind with those numbers, though, that they're still around the 100 to 200,000 total annual revenue range. So they're obviously going to grow exponentially at this stage versus increasing from 2 million to 4 million, which is quite a big difference.
Absolutely. You'll see a bunch of links in here, giving basically driving you to what the different type of drinks are, phase recovery, the vanilla flavor, the chocolate flavor, and those type of things, as well as a bunch of commercial ads and anything where you've seen something probably pulled from their website. One thing I want to point out to you is the OTC Special Situations Report basically did a report. It's like a growth. It's for their subscribers. And it's in here, so it gives you the business summary of what the company does. They're basically a developed company that has launched a line of ready-to-drink, which is RTDs, beverage focused on emerging post-exercise recovery category. Phase 3 was introduced in February 2010 as a stock drink industry's first shelf-stable. Shelf-stable. That's probably pretty big. And it looks like about up to a year. No refrigeration, low-fat milk recovery drink made with 100% USDA Grade A real milk. Phase 3. It capitalizes on mounting scientific evidence linked with the benefits of milk and protein as an exercise recovery aid. That's a little amazing concept when you sit there and think about it. Years ago, you wouldn't think of somebody wanting to drink milk after exercise, but studies are showing that that's not necessarily the case. So it looks like they're right at the cusp of the new niche, if you will. Mm-hmm. I've already stated that it's got chocolate and vanilla flavors and attracting a broader base of distributors, representing thousands of grocery and convenience stores, fitness specialty stores, and more. Attitude plans to leverage its access to patented milk processing technology, eco-friendly, shelf-stable packaging, and growing distribution channels to launch several additional products throughout 2012. So let's talk about the industry real quick. Goes right through this. Major beverage manufacturers and smaller upstarts are seeking to capitalize on the booming functional beverage market and are retooling brands to address today's changing consumer preferences instead of the high sugar sodas and those type of things. Well, it goes through, gives you a highly competitive product. I think we get all that. Marketing and key sponsorships. I saw some things with Paul Pierce from the Boston Celtics a little while ago, and a whole bunch of things like that. Gives you some investment highlights, outperforms the competition, the industry growth, as well as the expansive distribution, green packaging, experienced leadership. That's another huge thing, right? Anybody can have a good idea, but if you don't have the right guy behind the helm, and if you know anything about Roy Warren, he's done this stuff before, and is pretty good at taking the companies where they need to go.
Well, I think he raised like $70 million in venture capital funds for his old company, Bravo Brands. So he's, pretty good at raising the capital he needs to get a business to a point where he needs it to be. And, this should see some rapid growth in the near future because I think he's got the funds in place to make this a very successful company.
Yeah, and that's always a big thing, right? I mean, the business minds behind the company are key to everything. It doesn't matter what your product is and all that. If you don't do product placement correctly, distribution, and set up the network to where you can market it correctly and figure out what that segmentation needs to be, then you're destined for failure. And one thing about Mr. Warren is he's definitely got the A game. So that's a huge plus for this company. The question I would ask is, I'm sure there's probably some interviews that have been done in the past or something like that. My next DD step I would want to go listen to them, and listen. We're not going to do that now, but you get what I'm saying. I would go listen to him, find out what type of person he is, and you can gain a lot from an interview. And I think we're all big advocates of this. Is you can put out many PRs, you can write all kinds of stuff and those type of things, but until you actually listen to a CEO of a company and what their passions are, their excitements, their drivers, the things that push them to want to get to that next level, and then when they get there, the things that are going to push them to get to the next level above that, you can learn a lot from actually listening to the tone, speech, direct, whether they're just reading it or is it coming from the heart. A lot of different aspects of that, and we're firm believers in that. So go listen to any interviews and type in Attitude Drinks interviews and see what you come up with that, and you probably come up with a bunch. West Palm Beach, Gardens, Florida is where the Attitude Drinks Incorporated actually is. Phone number 877-799-5053. I would use that to order and buy something. It's probably pretty good. What else we got here? All right, so basically I'm sliding through this. They got the distribution channels. Clearly they have that. News came out today where they're involved in that piece. I'm trying to figure out what the U.S. beverage distributors, who they actually have. But, it looks like, Dollar Distributors, LLC, one of the largest Red Bull distributors in the Southeast, and currently represents to over 3,500 stores in Florida and Key West, as well as, the whole area, Boston, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and additional access to large retailers. All right, so they got the distribution keyed up, hence why they're getting contracts with companies like Walgreens. So now I kind of brushed on the fact about the CEO, where I want you to listen to interviews. If you don't find any interviews, you want to find out, what's their bio say? So let's go to that. All right, Roy Warren, CEO and founder. Prior to funding Attitude Drinks, Inc. in 2007, Warren co-founded Bravo Brands, Inc. in 1996 and served as its president, director, and CEO. Bravo pioneered the first shelf-stable milk product in America. Products were sold worldwide and co-branded through exclusive partnerships with Master Foods, a division of Mars, General Mills, MD Enterprises, Moon Pie. In August 2005, Warren successfully completed a master distribution agreement with Coca-Cola Enterprises. Utilizing his previous 15 years' experience as principal partner and founder in the brokerage security industry, Warren raised over $70 million in private placements for Bravo, as earlier mentioned. Yep, boom, as a key thing. So you want to find out what they did before, what they bring to the table, and what they're going to do for you, because you're here for two reasons. You want to make money, and you want to be part of something big. And, you know, if you're a flipper or a day trader, or you're one of those guys that goes long-term investments, you know, clearly this is definitely one that's, with its growth potential and what it's done for the last year, I would consider this longer term than something you would be day flipping. But, you know, that's your choice, your strategy. All right, the other board members, Tommy Key, Jack Shea, Craig Peters, they're CFO and the EVP of Sales and SVP. The Scientific Advisory Board is Jeffrey R. Stout and Hector L. Lopez. PhDs running all over the place, resumes all over. So it's good stuff. All right, so now what's next? We know the share structure. We know everything that's kind of happened with the company as far as the background of the certain aspects of the OTC markets, how they're filing, and from there. Now this is where you get to a juncture. If you are a technical analysis guy, go to the chart. Okay. Now, a stock that goes up 125%, I can assure you that going to the chart is probably a foolish endeavor right now. Let's move on to fundamental analysis to a certain degree and find out what the hell's going on. This is when I would go to the website or the filings. All right, your choice. I mean, the bottom line is you want to go to both. So let's go to the website, www.attitudedrinks.com. All right, you get that? AttitudeDrinks.com. Go to the website. Gives you the whole thing. About us, contact, the board, management, advisory board, phase 3, testimonials, investor information, and news. So what do I really care about? I want to go to About Us. I want to know what they're saying. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing DD, you're going to look at this regular stuff, and you look at the screen, and everything has something to pull you to a certain picture. I don't care about any of that crap. I want to go down. I want to go where it goes all the way to the bottom. Says copyright Attitude Drinks Company 2008. I want to know how long this website's been up and where it's coming from. That's one of the very first things I'm going to do. No company ever advertises their stuff and tries to put bad stuff on their website. I look for misspellings. I look for anything that screams there's something wrong. I know that may sound stupid, but it's a telltale to a lot of different things. That's how I do it. So basically you go through it, About Us, has contact information, multiple phone numbers that you can call, email addresses. Clearly, this company is very accessible, as you guys can tell, which is very, very nice. All right, then it goes to the board. It goes through Mr. Warren, Mike Edwards, Jack Buckman, extensive bios there that they actually have. One of the management has a management tab. Now, this is awesome, and let me tell you why I like this. These people are willing to put their picture on their website. Now, that may sound kind of funny, but a lot of OTC companies, you would never see a picture of who's who. Would you guys agree with that statement?
Mm-hmm. Usually it's just names
so you
and
look
a
on
description. They even talk about their families on this, which is good too.
And it's very professionally done, and from that standpoint. But you know, they're saying, hey, this is who we are. This is where we're going. This is what we're doing. I really like it. Then the advisory board goes through that whole piece. Then it goes into the phase 3. Now, the phase 3, you know, we kind of ran a little commercial about, you know, it's the phase 3 recovery drink, and it goes through a whole bunch of stuff. What it is, what the product is, and you know, all the different things that are associated with that. The low fat, reduced sugar, natural protein, eco-friendly, low calorie, great taste, increases endurance, chocolate and vanilla, take your pick, 35 grams of protein and 36 grams of fat. Of carbs, rather. Now, yeah, you get the deal. Yeah.
Nutrition science student, buddy, you're a little off.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you on the same page with me, Haas, on this?
With the product itself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a very cool product. Over the last, you know, like few years or so, you know, chocolate milk and just regular milk was getting increased attention in the recovery market. There's basically two different types of protein. In milk, you have casein proteins and you have whey proteins. I'm sure most of you who lift weights or, you know, drank a recovery drink before have, you know, drank whey proteins. You know, they have 100% whey protein powder. You just mix it with water and milk and drink it after a workout for recovery and to build muscle. The whey proteins are quicker digesting, gets to your muscles really quick. The casein proteins are more slow digesting over time. So the main, you know, recommendation is to drink whey proteins around your workout time so your muscles are getting that protein right away. and the casein proteins, like before you go to bed or something. So it's, slowly providing your muscles with protein overnight. And with milk, you have whey and casein proteins. And basically what they've done with this product is they've concentrated the milk. So it's still real milk. It's just more concentrated. They've taken out some of the lactose, so you won't have issues with people who have issues with lactose, digestive issues. And you have a concentrated whey protein and a concentrated calcium protein. So it's providing your muscles with recovery protein right away and over a period of time with calcium proteins. So it's a perfect product, and they're marketing it. They're just getting out of the market now. And I would expect some more celebrity endorsements and things like that. And, we just started in the Walgreens market in Florida, and, there's thousands upon thousands of Walgreens markets across the United States. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them gradually increase their representation of Walgreens across the U.S. in the near future.
Yeah, no, good job. That's what. See, you do know what you're talking about there. So then, basically, once you get past phase 3 product, right, you're looking at it and you're making decisions, right, and you're starting to like the company and liking what you see. At this point is where potentially I might want to. If I was going to go long term on the stock, I want to buy the product. So I want to find out what the appeal is if it's not in the area that I have and those type of things. All right, then it has testimonials, and then it has investor information, which is pretty in depth. Gives you all the filings, those type of things, so you can. They're giving you every piece of information that you can possibly have, as well as the news. Now, let's go back up to contact. Contact's important to me. And by the way, we're on AttitudeDrinks.com, just in case you didn't know. All right, what am I seeing here? I am looking for phone numbers. I am looking for the office number. I'm looking for the new local number. I'm looking for the fax number. Now, why am I looking for those? I'm not calling them. I'm looking for them because I want to search them. Now, let's pick one here. We'll go with the 561-799-5053. Okay, you put that into Google. You search it. Phone numbers are very difficult to change. You may think they're easy to change. However, they're a pain in the ass. Can I say that?
Yes.
All right, perfect.
You just did.
All right, they're a pain in the rear to change. So normally companies don't change them. So what you want to do is you want to look and go, see what they're attached to. Now, of course, everything with a PR is going to be all over the place. So page 1, Attitude Drinks all over the place, City, West Palm Beach, all kinds of stuff. Let's go to page 2. See, penny stock securities act registrations, all kinds of stuff associated with the company. Okay, I'm good on page 2. I'm going to go one more page. Page 3. So it gives you that where their 8Ks are. So if you sit there and you go to the one where it says, third one down, www.faq.sec filings, driving directions, all kinds of stuff. And then it gives you the SEC.gov news digest, anything associated with what they're filing and all that. And what I'm looking for pumpers galore. I'm looking for 20 penny sites that are talking all about it. I'm looking for everything you can imagine. Okay, there's not many there, which is good. That's there's a good and bad to that entire concept there. If you're playing a Momo, you want to see that. If you're not playing a Momo, you're like, okay, what are they doing? They're raising capital. What's the case? In this case, you're not seeing it. So what's a huge plus on it? All right. So where were we now? All right. So now I'm going to go back to iHub. Right. I think we drilled down on the website pretty good. Very nice, clean website. That definitely wasn't $300. It was probably a whole hell of a lot more than that. All the information is up to date and they're accessible, and you can call them. So that's pretty good stuff there. All right, so back to the iBox. Let's see if we got anything left in here that we haven't kind of drilled down on and discussed and those types of things. By the way, if you look at the picture of the product, the bottle, that's not an easy thing. You can tell there's a lot of money that went into that design, the shape, all that other type of stuff. And product development is a very, very big industry and very key to the eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
The eye, feel, touch, all that regular type of stuff. Let's go with so next step, where would we go? We would go to the financials. Well, lo and behold, you look in the iBox, somebody is actually doing exactly what they should be doing, where they had the authorized shares on 11/21 at 1 billion. They're a little off in the outstanding shares. That's 178. So whoever owns that iBox, let's adjust that.
Then it goes through the private equity, all that other type of stuff, common stock held, valuation measures, financial highlights. I think we already covered those with the amount of money that they were actually raising, and the net revenue on this last one was over $100,000, $105,000. Then it goes through filings. Now you go to the chart, right? And they actually have one in here, which is pretty good. You guys, what's the right one? What's the right chart to put on this one? 1 year chart? Probably not, huh?
1 year might be a little much.
Weekly.
Yeah, I think so.
Grab that weekly.
Yep, let's grab the
You
weekly.
want to look at a beautiful chart? Grab that weekly. That thing is beautiful.
All right, pull it up. You got it?
I got it.
All right. Now, I know you love charts and you love everything about it, and I can't wait for you to tell us what you're going to do based off of this chart.
Oh, you want it now?
Oh, yeah. Bring it home.
Before I go into the chart, Cop, I just want to say I am honored to be your partner, man. You kill it. Straight up, kill it.
Okay,
I mean,
buddy.
you just gave secrets of a pro that's done this for a really long time. I hope you guys took notes. If not, you can always play it back, because this guy just told you how to break it down in 20 minutes, all right?
I take notes from this guy every single day.
Yeah, man, a beast. With that being said, this chart on the weekly, a lot of bullish stuff going on. Let's start up the top with that RSI. It's at 44.29 right now on a weekly. I'm looking at a weekly 3-year, guys, just stockcharts.com. Nothing fancy. Got the RSI cracking up there. I'd like to see it get back above that 50. You look back, it really wasn't. The only time in the last 3 years it got above that 50 is right before it got hammered, and hasn't even came close to it. So keep your eye on that. I'd like to see that get up above that on the weekly. The second thing I see on this is going back to that $1.67 high before it just got taken out back over the last 2 years, is it hasn't closed above the 20-day moving average once on a weekly, and it is now currently above that 20-day moving average, and that 20-day moving average is sitting at 0.0019, which if you look at today, I mean, it was a pretty volatile day. It opens at 1.8, it goes down to 1.5, as high as 0.05, closing at 3.6. So, you know, she's a mover. Keep that in mind. But with that being said, this huge volume, you kind of got your double bottom there in October, the 0.08, and then again here at the 0.09. Nice little double bottom. Now, the one thing I'd be cautious of is you saw it trade up to that 20 and hit it at that 0.046 and come down to make that double bottom, but this time it broke above it. And I went ahead and pulled up the PPO today instead of the MACD. Anybody that doesn't know, that's the percentage price oscillator, and that's basically just the cousin of the MACD. Sometimes when you look at a longer-term chart, even though they're the same settings, I don't know why, but on stock charts, it won't really show me my MACD, and it'll kind of look more like a flat line. So then I go with the PPO, and it'll give you a little bit more of an idea. And if you look at this one, it's looking nice. It's sitting right there. It's starting to curl up. And you look at the timing on this, when it happened at that 0.08 there in October, it wasn't really ready yet. It still had a down trajectory, as where this one is crossed through and it's pointing left to right, just the way we like it. Then we come down to that slow stow, and same thing, when it had that bottom the first time at 0.08, it was really oversold, and it ran up, and the stochastics pulled up through, but they can't even get up above that 50. Same thing, it hasn't been above 50 since it fell off the cliff back in 2010, late March, early April. All right, guys? So those are the bullish things that I see on the weekly. Now, again, I want to see that stow get up above that 50. I want to see that RSI get above that 50. I want to make sure it holds this 20-day moving average. You got that 50-day moving average coming up at 0.086. If it can get up to that, I mean, you can see where it was in a channel where it was trading at 0.2, 0.17, 0.15. So that's going to be heavy resistance if it does move that way. And it wouldn't surprise me. So let's take a quick look at the daily, because, you know, you don't want to get caught up looking too bullish, because this chart's really bullish, but the fundamentals can always trump that. And Todd just gave it a great case for it, but I just want to make sure. So we're going to go ahead and look at that daily, and I'm just going to pull up a daily. I'm going to go with just a 1-year daily and the same settings. I got that 20-day moving average, the 50, and the 200. Now, when I look at the daily, yeah, you said it, up 125%. I mean, up even more than that if you got down there that 0.09. You're looking pretty dang good. So based on the daily chart, yeah, the stow, you got a nice positive divergence. It's over the 50. But it is curling to the downside. The PPO real strong. It's about ready to break up through, and the RSI is pretty strong too. It's up at 79 now. We all know how stocks can run overbought or oversold, and it's been running oversold for a long time. I mean, you know, there was a lot of people that thought that bottom was in at that 010085 back in May, June, July before it just got hammered. So just be cautious with this. I haven't followed the stock. I definitely will be tomorrow. I like the case. They got a product. You just heard all the news, but I definitely want to see it hold on the daily. You got your 50-day moving average at 0019. I'm not saying that's where it's going. I don't know where it's going, but I'd look for a pullback before I got into this thing based on what I saw today, just looking at these charts.
Doctor.
Hey, Sippy.
Yeah.
Everything you just said about COP as far as fundamental DD goes, I bow to you when it comes to a chart, buddy.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You are a rock star. However, you're a little off base. Because I'm going to say the last bit. What do you got to do? What do you got to do? You got to go to the tape, because the tape matters in the last 30 minutes of the trading day.
Follow the money.
Totally agree with you. What did the tape
All right,
do?
here's what we got. So we're going to pull up the L2 based on what we had off the tape. And I'm looking for two things. I want to see market makers, the same one with a decent spread, still on the stock even after the 4 o'clock close. I got Knight sitting at 50 at 3.3, and I got Knight sitting on the ass side at 3.7 with 150,000. Now go to the tape. 1559 getting clobbered. 350,000 at 36. 200,000 at 36. 297,000 at 36. At time 358. Then you got a boot down to 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, all within the last 10 minutes. 150,000, 100,000, and then look at the nice pretty one at 0034, 447,000 at time 349. Then right before that, 600,000 at time at 349. So you go scroll it all the way back, keep going all the way back, you get nailed at the 37, the 38, the 36, the 35, just banging with 100,000, 292,000, 100,000, 96, 205, 250, 400,000, 189, 100,000. All, and don't forget the 37 with the 1,021,000 at 1533. Somebody loaded the crap out of it.
So what are you telling me? I'm not going to get my pullback?
You don't have a pullback, my friend.
Is that what I was missing?
That's what you're missing.
Okay, I'll give you that, but I still want my pullback before I pull that trigger. Give me 2219, and I take that risk reward all day, Cobb.
Here's what at 9:28 tomorrow morning, while you're sitting there with your Scottrade account, your American Trade, what I would do is I would put what you're willing to go in there with, and put that buy in, and just have it right at the edge of before you hit the enter key. Then put your L2 up. Watch your L2. If that thing starts getting banged, I'd change it to be something right around. I would concentrate on 38, because you can see BMAS sitting at 38 with a 50, right? That's where I would be. If BMAS clears, are we allowed recommended buying? I'm not a financial advisor, but if I was, this is what I would do.
If I see 3.8s going, I'd put in an order for 004. Buy.
Exactly, and then clock that sucker, because it's going to go up again. Now you could get your pullback, but I highly doubt it with that amount of money coming in at that end of the day. Somebody's running the bad boy, and it's not just news.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. I'd rather miss it.
Pretty big name, though.
I'd rather miss it than buy the top, though, and that's just me.
No, you're right.
In just the way I am in the long term, that for me, that trading style isn't going to play out over the long term. Me buying on a big run, hoping for more. I'd rather put my risk reward on the pullback or just miss it.
Absolutely.
No, that's good stuff. Anybody have anything to add? I kind of bypassed you there, Nickel. My bad.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Well, while you were doing that, I was reading up on it. If you look at the nutrition just in America in a whole, let's go back to, 2000. There was one state that had an obesity problem that was 10% to 14% in the statewide. 23 states were 20 to 24% obesity. And the 26 states, we're right there in the middle, 15 to 20%. Let's go 5 years in the future. We only had 3 states in America that were 15 to 19%. 3 states were 30 plus. Everything else was right in between 20 to 29%. So let's move forward to 2010, and this is where it gets really interesting. 13 states were 20 to 24% for obesity. Every state other than that was 25 or greater. However, when you look at it in 2012, if you go to, like the AIDS Council exercise sites, it increased obesity awareness. And 1,500 experts uncovered, an encouraging shift of the public's understanding of the obesity, and is now seeing a trend where it is shifting. And what gets unique about this is if you go and look into the obesity, where it shifted is in 2011 for child obesity. It actually started to decrease. So there is your awareness right there that families are understanding that you need to be healthy, you need to be fit, which since then it has increased all your supplements, your drinks, your healthy shakes, which is playing right into the cards of this company. Why do you think they're in the convenience stores in Smart? Because that's where your everyday shopper goes. When you go to get gas, you can now get your healthy drink. They're playing right into this, and there's actually been a reversal in the obesity. It's actually starting to decrease. So Americans are now understanding, wow, the average state in America for 2012, there is not one state that is below 20%. However, that was 2011. When you get to 2012, you start seeing them now going back to the 15%. So you're seeing a trend reversal in people's health and fitness. And when you get into that, people are eating healthy, they're drinking healthy, they're going to buy these shakes. It's going to increase the revenues right there alone in itself. So that whole aspect of that change is going to drive this company even more too, because they're getting to the locations where it makes it convenient for the everyday buyer to have access to buy these things.
No, you're right. I mean, that's actually a very, very good point. And they should not have left that out. It's a huge plus on that.
Go ahead, Nicole.
No, go ahead, Hoss. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to add to that. The market's so big for these nutritional supplements and nutritional products in general. There's tons of big names out there. I've taken Muscle Milk myself, but I've also tried several other products in the past. Basically any successful company that has a good product like this can make a pretty big dent in the market. I mean, it's big enough for several companies. So that's just a note there. They have some big competitors, but the market's big enough to where they can take a good-sized chunk in themselves.
Well, when you have a product that has a 1-to-1 protein-to-carb ratio, I don't know if there's another one out there. They're actually pretty good. That's actually, I've never seen, a ratio better than that as far as other drinks go.
No, you guys are on the point. Hey, I just went back through all the past press releases, because you want to read, you want to make sure that they're following through on exactly what they're saying in the previous ones. Mm-hmm. And if you go back probably a year, they're nailing it. They're actually doing exactly what they're saying. They are all over the place. Mm-hmm. With there's a couple of interviews, and I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Stock Legends actually interviewed them in November. So I would go to Stock Legends, figure out what that interview is all about, and listen to it. And it looks like
Bill Shoppa's show.
Yep, he was on there too. So just like we were talking about before, listen to the CEO interview, see what he's got to say, and kind of get a feel for him, especially from one interview to the next. Very, very powerful thing. The STT. What do you think chances are of us calling Mr. Warren and getting him on the radio? I think we should do that.
I'm already a step ahead of you, sir.
Are you working that?
Yes.
You are a rock star.
Trying to set it up for Monday or Tuesday.
There is a reason why you are who you are.
Do my best.
I'm ready to vote.
Okay.
Hold on. One thing I want to add that we haven't talked about. Believe it or not, there is something we haven't talked about. Roy Warren came onto the company in June of 2008. And obviously the company was brand new at that time, and they needed to raise funds for product development and market awareness and things like that. So, the chart, it was up around 5 cents or whatever, and, they had to dilute lots of convertible notes, took it down, did a reverse split in 2010, 1 for 20 reverse split, again, up in that 5-6 cent area. And once again, bunch of convertible notes, and the chart, tells the story. Convertible notes getting converted, people selling it down. So the chart's theoretically at a bottom right now, and theoretically they have all the funds they need to expand for the near term, and hopefully this chart sees a big bounce in the near future. I just wanted to note the reverse split and all the convertible notes that they've had in the past, because that's a key piece of information that people should be aware of.
Yep, you're right.
Okay, all right. We have time for about one call with this long DD session. Let's see who wants to be on the air with us tonight. Caller, you there? Caller?
Sort of there.
Maybe he just called to listen to the show.
There you go.
Very, very possible. All right, let me throw him back on hold. All right, put him back on hold. Okay, just so you guys know, okay, this show has 4 segments.
Well, we've only been doing 3 lately.
We've been doing 1. Just so we're aware for future shows.
Oh.
All right, let's get over to buy, sell, or hold before we run out of time on the show.
Oh.
I'm going to start with Mr. Haas. Buy, sell, or hold ATTD for tomorrow.
You're starting with me, huh?
Mm-hmm, because you're on air.
Well, I know Cop's going to call it buy. He pretty much stated that table pounding buy for him. He's my key competitor right now. Up 125% today. Lots of smacking going on at the end, and it wasn't breaking that wall. 2 big news releases. I'm going to go with a pullback sell tomorrow.
Ooh, interesting. Sifakia.
Love the chart. Love the D&D that Cobb did tonight. I'm going to have to go with that hold.
Hold?
I was thinking about that, too.
Wow. Hold.
And I hope she goes to the moon for everybody that's involved in her,
I do, too.
Nickel?
This is where it gets interesting because I'm trailing here, so I've always got to be the odd man out there.
You got a year. What are you worried about?
You got a bad record, Nickel.
Thanks. So I'm actually, with everything that's going on with this company, I don't really see a downside to it. I've seen, how we talk about a stock, it's going to pull back. We haven't had one yet that's pulled back. I mean, I got to go with a buy on this one. There's just too much upside. Yeah, it had a big day today, but there's still plenty of movement.
Okay. Come.
I like winning. Buy.
I like winning. Buy.
Oh boy! If we see red tomorrow, you owe me a case of beer.
Remember what happened last time? You was screaming buy.
Yep.
I'm on a streak again. What have I missed? 2
Don't
out of all of them?
Again, Cobb.
Is
that what I said? That's what I said last time, right?
Yeah, I think I've only missed 2 as well,
You're
buddy.
still my idol, man. You're still my idol.
You guys bring up. Listen. I love you guys, but this is a buy.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you the opportunity to change it if you like.
No.
Sumo's not with us tonight. That won't be happening.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, look, I need every gain I can on somebody.
Hey, don't worry about it. I mean, think about it. Nobody calls a buy with a stock up 125%, banging a wall after news. Nobody does that. It's a foolish move to say buy. But you know what? We know something they don't know. And that thing closed hard. Buy.
Well, I would normally say after such a big day that you'll have profit taking. But being that the news was out so late in the day, I'm going to have to say that it's going to carry over and almost act like new news tomorrow and go with a buy.
Ooh, that's
and I'm basing that on, if this was 9:30 news, I would have played differently. But being that it was 2 o'clock news, you got to play it this way.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm looking at it because a lot of people, you hear it all over the place. Power hour, this, that. A lot of people shut off their computers and go do about their day after lunch. So I like this one. Late news, I'm going to say it's a buy tomorrow.
Welcome to the winner's circle.
Like, dude, you don't have to welcome me there. I've been there. Done that.
He's the manager there.
I'll take that welcome. I'm not there often.
Well, I mean, you got plenty of time. You don't have to base it on what whoever's winning is picking. I mean, there's plenty of time to go.
Yeah, and plus I'd like to just look at some of the plays I was wrong on that day. Look where they're at now. I turned out being kind of right.
Oh, well, no, you can't do hindsight.
Okay, no hindsight?
No,
okay,
it's for tomorrow. It's the following day. You know that.
Hindsight, right. I'm batting 1,000, Chip.
That's what I'm saying. Hindsight, we're all winners. Except well, not everybody. But
no, I think we run strong out of the gate. Strong out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. I don't see anything other saying right now, but strong out of the gate tomorrow. Take her for her ride. Don't forget, if you have profit, clear it. I don't care how far you think it's going to run.
And then it's actually a gain.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Clear it. Let some ride. Do whatever.
You pay the tax man on your short-term profits.
Mm-hmm. But don't forget to clear that profit. Some big profit in there right now. That is a little worrisome, but I don't think it's trading high enough yet to be overly concerned about it. Okay, so that was ATTD. Look for it on the iHub board about 9:45 tonight. You'll be able to re-listen to the show and hear everything that everybody had to say about ATTD. Again, I spoke to the CEO this afternoon. Hopefully we'll have him on Monday or Tuesday, get that all set up and rolling, and we'll take it on from there. Guys, I need a commercial break. Does anybody need a commercial break?
Oh, sounds good.
I'm going to take a quick one because we've only got 3 minutes left. Just a real quick break, and we'll be right back.
And now, a quick word from thepennybin.com. What does one penny say to the other penny? Let's get together and make some sense. Are you tired of losing your hard-earned pennies? Be sure to visit thepennybin.com and download our iPhone app where delivery of our stock plays right into your iPhone instantly. The time to start making money is now. Please be advised that you may make huge sums of money and that thepennybin.com will not be held liable.
Welcome back to Stock Traders Talk Radio. I'm your host, STT. Joining me tonight's program, I have Cop, Nickel, Haas, Pacific, Kia. Did I lose anybody during that short commercial break?
No, I'm here.
Nope.
I'm here.
Right.
No, okay.
Fantastic. Okay, we have exactly like 2 minutes left in the show. I wanted to hear Siffy's take on Apple today. If he could just give me a quick overview. Can you give me something quick on it or no?
Yeah, don't bet against Apple.
Don't bet against Apple.
It don't work out like once every 10 years, so it's
now,
not a
let me ask you something. What would the options look like right now on that thing?
Well, I'm looking for, right now I think Apple closed at 4:51 after hours, I believe. Just keep your eye on it tomorrow, but I'm looking for a multi-bagger on the options I picked up.
You think so?
I sure hope so.
Okay.
I think
I'm 20 points, so I got a pretty good feeling.
Don't forget, I said Apple 700 by the end of the year.
What's Google going to?
1,000. 1,000.
Okay.
Okay. This is STT Radio. Good luck trading tomorrow. We'll be back on the air tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good luck in the market, and we'll see you.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio. All views and topics talked about on Stock Traders Talk Radio is solely for entertainment purposes. We are not professional financial advisors and always recommend you seek the advice of a professional financial advisor. Never invest in any stock featured on our show unless you can afford to lose your entire investment. The information contained on our show is based on sources which we believe to be reliable, but is not guaranteed by us as being accurate, and might not be a complete statement or summary of the available data. Stock Traders Talk Radio advises that the investments in companies profiled are commonly considered to be high risk, and use of the information provided is at the investor's sole risk. Thank you for listening to Stock Traders Talk Radio.